Hello everybody and welcome back to another commentary video. It's been so long since the past one, I've pretty much forgotten everything. I'm Electricstar and joining me is Akuago.
Greetings, fellow expeditioners.
And we have a special guest here, pretty much the main focus of this video, well really at the end. He's our resident trickster. His origins, unknown. His methods, even more unknown. His hat, it's a Panama. This is Max.
That's a great introduction.
Well, I wanted to go over the top, but I decided against it. Plus, I'm pretty sure my recording would peak, and that would sound horrible.
Fair enough.
Alright, so we are going to be commentating Underground Rapture 3, which is also the debut of Max, so that's why he's here.
Seems seriously like only yesterday that we felt like that. When it came to the original Underground Rapture, it really does seem like only yesterday that we were just like, oh wow, this crazy douchebag is going off about how the end of the world is coming. If only we could take a quick jab at him, and by quick I mean we make a Brawl Machinima / Gmod animation in regards to it.
Yeah, we should probably do a commentary on that at some point.
Brawl Machinima? I don't.
Yeah, we should probably do a commentary on the first Underground Rapture just for the hell of it.
I'd be down for it. I mean, I guess we could go backwards, starting with 3, then 2, then 1.
Alright, so enough of the chit-chat. Let's begin the other chit-chat. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! And lower down your volume again so you can hear us talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to lower the volume on this video just because of the opening noises.
You dare mock my penchant for explosives?
So, I know this is the first time I'd ever heard of the Gjallar horn. Like, that you guys did these because every time it corresponded with a different conspiracy, right?
End of the world conspiracy, yeah.
Yes, the first one was based off of some whack job extremist. We just did that for shits and giggles. The second one was based off the big Mayan conspiracy.
2012.
I remember the Mayan one, yeah.
The end of the world's coming, the end of 2012, because the Mayan calendar said so. Totally wasn't because their calendar was a giant stone slab that eventually ran out of room.
Yeah.
So this is the first case where, I believe this is the first Underground Rapture where I actually didn't animate, like, whatsoever. The first one was entirely by me, including the Gmod animations, which, I look back and I just cringed.
Wait a sec. This is my favorite part that doesn't have me in it.
I pooted! Let's rock.
So, did you intentionally make Cheesecake not say anything throughout this whole thing, or...?
Yeah, I couldn't think of any dialogue for Cheesecake, so I'm like, let's just have him in the background just lying dead to the world.
Oh wait, no, here it comes. Here it comes.
Oh god, I think I know which one it is.
Yeah. Ellie's my favorite.
That was my favorite thing to animate of the video, actually. Just the Toastbuster firing out toast. I do regret not, animating his frickin' arms to go with the recoil, but nowadays I wouldn't make such a mistake. See, I improved somewhat.
God.
I think it looks fine as it is.
And here's the debut of TNT's weapon, Nor'easter.
God, I can't get used to Retro Garth. Back when he was just literally NG with a team captain. How we always had to
I know, he had
that.
like the evolution of regular Red NG with the team captain, then Goggleless Engineer, then he became his own guy with the mullet and the jacket and diverging, basically.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of glad that despite it being out of spite mainly, that I got into modding Gary's Mod and SFM.
Now let's get out of here.
Spite is a powerful motivator.
Yes, for the uninitiated.
It's basically the best reason to do anything.
For the uninitiated.
Yeah, pretty much anything I do nowadays is out of spite.
For the uninitiated, the reason I got into Gary's Mod and SFM animation, I guess probably like half the amount of people in the community, is because there was stuff that I wanted to port that others wouldn't. That, and there are some cases like the Smash Ryu and Smash Smash Ryu Fox that I wanted ported, and I relied on someone else, and they didn't follow through. Thank God I didn't pay them. So when Smash Ult came out, I'm just like, fine, I'll do it myself. And then I ported out a whole bunch of robots. Oh God, what?
Oh yes, so this is what happened. This is what happened after Underground Rapture 2.
Yeah, a handful of people were like joking around with this, saying when we were talking about, it, I was like, wait, how did the Earth repair itself? And I think this came out sometime shortly after the death battle between Goku and Superman.
Yeah. No, that was 2012. This was 2014.
Well, that's still after.
A few years
like,
after, but yeah.
Like over, like a year and 2 months after.
Oh wait, I'm trying to think. That is
Yeah.
version.
Also, did we
what was-
noticing the detail even back then? Aku, you with steak.
Of course, who doesn't like a good
Yeah,
steak?
I was wondering about that.
Oh yeah, that's V.
Go with his apple juice.
Yeah, that was V5.
Okay, there's
Ostrich
birthday
pie.
cake, a hot dog.
I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but the shot of light, you could see ostrich spy in the background. Nobody has noticed that yet. But if you look on the crate when it shows night, there's ostrich spy in the background.
Oh yeah, this was before.
Okay, so I've always wondered, what is the deal with Heavy God?
He is the god of confirmation. He is there to provide exposition of things that are obvious or not.
We always wanted to make God jokes. It's just we didn't want to step on the stepstones of actual gods. So we made one of our own.
Wizard G-Man.
At least in regards to like gods that people regularly believe in. Egyptian gods are fair game.
So like I said back then during the commentary for the 'Twas the Night Before Smithmas, the map that TNT got as a present led to the Dust Ball map, which is where he got Nor'easter, but nobody got that because I suck at explaining things.
And for me, I'd rather show, not tell. So if I were to... hearing like, oh, let's do an origin story on a weapon. Not unless we can put a whole lot to it other than someone just went to a blacksmith or something. And then I made the sub-arm forgery. But then again, But then again, to be fair, I had a bit of history in regards to my gun. Like, originally I made the gun golden in Brawl because I was a huge... because GoldenEye 007 was one of the first-person shooter games I ever played when I was a kid. So I saw everyone else having, like, their Fox, Falco, and Wolf avatars, but they never modified their gun. So I'm just like, you know what, I'll make mine gold.
Okay, so here comes the flashback sequence in a second.
Oh.
There's a joke that I want to make in the future
is.
for Riding Crop, but...
Like, nobody noticed that his head became a 4 and the weapon was making a literal B line.
Yeah,
Was it?
I saw that.
God, even back then I made stupid visual puns that nobody got. Also, metalized Homestar characters.
Because of course.
Yeah, I think I saw Metal Strong Bad just then.
Then
Like
again,
an HSROC.
then again, if I ported the Transformers mods at this point... Oh, wait, no, wait, this was 2014, so this was before Transformers Devastation came out. Wouldn't be able to make...
Yeah, in more detail, every time it shows that chalkboard, I keep trying to add the text. It was not easy. Luigi.
Hence why, whenever it came to shots of that blackboard, it was just still instead of moving.
Yeah. Also, that Heavy that had the other end of the teleporter, that was Ellie's character's stupid face.
Mm-hmm. I recognize that right off the get-go.
I'm surprised that worked with me. You know, being red and all that.
I guess we felt like that someone would eventually bring that up. It's like how a red engineer could use a blue teleporter.
Yeah, well...
Finally, we have racism in Zapyromancer.
I mean, the entire thing of the Smasher lore and Aku's hatred for Inklings, you know.
Well, I'm saying this in regards to
Yeah,
this
that came
instance,
after
I'd say
this.
it's less of a race war and more of a class war.
Polyester. Durable.
Or,
I
war.
definitely pause to read this every time I watch this.
You should know this by now, Max. I love freeze frame bonuses like that, stuff that you gotta pause
Yeah.
to read and get a chortle at.
I wonder who was the first one to bring to match the correlations together with Batman at first.
I think that was me. I love the way TNT said that. If I was a better animator back then, I would have made him do like the neck swivel and the hip swing, just for the whole sassiness. But I was even worse of an animator back then than I am now, so I couldn't.
I think it works as it is.
Oh, it's showing your logo. Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh.
No, but I mean, I could tell, given your past animation skills, especially considering that this was the first of many instances that you didn't bring my tail down.
Sorry.
It's like most other people who animated
in my defense, nowadays I'm a lot better with that.
Of course, it's just a lot of people use starch on my tail, and I don't know why.
You're agitated. There you go.
Yeah.
Then it'd be sticking upwards.
Also, yes, this is none other than Das Bowshit voicing Mr. Fine, the creator of the Gmod Idiot Box, which I voiced in a couple of episodes of.
Yeah, still amazes me how you get that you got a hold of that toss pocket. No disrespect, of course. Just saying. It's like
Are you calling Das a toss pocket?
I'm just saying that I'm surprised that you were able to get a hold of him, and the fact that you were able to do it twice for the sake of my Luna and Wheatley episode.
Garth acknowledging the flashback.
I guess anything to do in regards to my monologuing.
Yeah, when we do have monologue. Mostly your character does a lot of monologuing, so you gotta be creative instead of just having the same lip flaps over and over and over again. I even knew this back then.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, totally understandable. Keep the audience interested with
Spot the spy.
stuff that's moving.
Fragile for the jaw.
Oh yeah, I've never noticed that spy before.
Little details, even back then.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I miss Sevia.
No, we'll have to wait that Das said
We
that
don't
line.
sell.
He made him as smarmy as humanly possible.
He just really loved that role.
There's a really solid vocal
there was
delivery.
another video that we had planned that I still have the lines for from all those years ago, but we never got around to it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe we may do an audio reading of it, even with the old crappy lines, just for authenticity's sake. But who knows?
Just look through what could have been.
There's that.
Yeah, basically. Also, please note, as Mello pointed out a long time ago, the super bright red of Mr. Fine, I remember Mello calling him Cherry Man.
Cherry Man.
Sound of him already.
Well, I like the sound of him
see it.
already. Oh, funny voice to
Was
do.
that actually editing the texture, or was that?
No, I just used. I think it was like one of the Mafia models that was merged with the Gmon models, and I just colored it red because it worked. Because the shadowy background made any other color hard to see, so I had to make it bright.
Fair enough. And this was before modified light tools.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, Luna and Wheatley's
That's
hat.
not how I would design my own house.
Yeah, needs more giant lanterns.
Yeah. I know that. So I'm trying to remember how I got involved with this because I know that you
you
guys
are.
came to me. Right. I don't know why I thought that was funny. It was just I just say nonsense words to myself sometimes, so I threw that in there.
Join the club.
Because I remember that when you guys came to me and you asked me to play myself and be the villain of the Underground Rapture, I agreed to it. But my condition was I get to write all my own dialogue, which I do for every appearance I make in these videos.
Yes, and it's always funny, so yeah, don't be
Yeah.
discouraged.
And we figured that we'd try to evolve you from old DK rep that Knight made. So we went with the next best thing. It's like, oh wait, there are Batman models from Batman Arkham Asylum.
You're just lucky that we can somehow breathe in space.
Though I would be curious, had
I can breathe in space.
Yeah, that's of course a reference to the whole Batman can breathe in space, the comic and the trope.
Yeah, that comic is the webcomic Short Packed by David Willis.
Yeah, so we were
He's one of
referencing-
my favorite web cartoonists.
We were referencing that basically.
Yeah.
the very first instance of Smasher lore, even if very brief.
Really?
That led to the overarching story of the pyromancers that exist to this very day, and we have many more stories of, including a big one we're making right now as of this recording.
I don't know if we're ever gonna get into like my backstory involving the Smasher lore and this stuff.
I mean,
but
if you have any ideas for
do-
scripts,
Oh, I know I wrote a script that I sent to you like 2 or 3 years ago.
can you give me the title so we don't spoil anything in case we do it?
I don't remember, but it was the one with Shugo and
Yes, I still have it.
yeah.
I have the script. Don't worry.
yeah.
If you got the chance,
Yeah,
send
no.
that to me. Like a little read through.
But the Smasher backstory stuff, I know what Max's backstory is, like,
Oh, God.
conditional on, you guys approving it. I don't know if we're ever gonna tell it, though.
Oh dear God.
I mean, we did have we did have ideas, like some ideas involving like time travel of sorts, like behind our backs. Like there wouldn't be a reason for myself and Star and Light to go back into our past because I mean we've already lived through that nightmare. Why would we want to go through it again?
Because we're
I don't want
masochists.
to go back to high school.
Yeah, really.
Oh, let's go there in regards to high school related Smash
I've been-
projects.
I've been out of high school for a decade now. I'm a man who pays rent and taxes. Like, I don't have a ton of lingering fondness for the old days, honestly.
Fair
most of
enough.
us don't.
Fair enough. Yes, in regards to Max's old avatar, Oh, goddamn, get that off the screen!
No, I
Oh
will
yeah, so
So yeah,
the Batman Donkey Kong, that was so when we all met back
okay,
when we were doing
I'm sorry,
Smash Bros. Machinima.
I gotta interrupt you. So Aku just pressed the button. He called me by my old moniker. How dare!
Master of Homestar.
How dare!
I've never heard that moniker before this video.
That was okay. So that was my old moniker I had for like what, a year and a half before. I'm like, this is a stupid name. Let's just go with an even dumber name, Electricstar. Okay, that's good.
All right, but yeah, like I was saying, so the whole thing with the Donkey Kong Batman suit. So I'm like 14 years old, and the first thing I voiced was this Smash Machinima Dairanto Gaiden. It was started by a friend of mine I knew from theater camp, and he asked me to voice like 3 of the 4 characters on the villain team in that. So I was voicing like Donkey Kong and Wario and King Dedede, I think.
It's Dragon Nightwing and your hat.
Where did you pull that?
Oh yeah,
Oh wait, this gag right here.
Egyptian god of the haberdashery.
yeah. But so people really like the way I voiced Donkey Kong, and I got a bunch of people asking me to voice Donkey Kong, and then I just joked how it was like people only knew Adam West for Batman, so I created a sprite edit of Donkey Kong in a Batman suit and used it as my own like logo for a bit, and said I was like the Adam West of Machinima or something.
yeah, and then Knight actually... he did it out of a sort of challenge against me. It's like, the thing is, back then with making textures for characters who had transparent textures, like Donkey Kong's fur, you had to like do it properly, otherwise you'd see magenta on the end, because that's just how Ash or whatever program works. So I was among the people who said it was impossible to do like a full black color scheme for, or at least do a proper texture for Donkey Kong. And Knight's...
It was a pain in the ass to animate that cape. So eventually I decided
I
I'm just gonna mask it over him and make it look like he's raising it up.
So Knight took the challenge, and
It
he
works.
did a back Kong, basically. And then it came first circle when I did it on Smash Wii U.
Yeah, see how many times my dog tags at the time were just hanging and floating to the right of my shoulder.
Because you forgot to unfreeze
So,
them.
Well, yes,
so regarding
exactly.
that explosion, I think the reason we ended that was me actually taking a page out of Jim Henson's playbook, because there was this little rule they had on the Muppet Show, classic Muppet Show, and if you watch a bunch of the stuff, you'll see it. If Jim Henson didn't know how to end a bit, he would either have like one character eat another character, or he would have something explode.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I guess we're inadvertently inspired by Mr. Henson to this day.
Several years after...
Everyone should be inspired by Mr. Henson, except in like how you manage your marriage.
Oh, jeez, no.
I had enough of those jabs back in the
I
ERB.
won't get into the details.
Yeah. Also,
but
okay. So on the
don't
note,
learn
so,
too much about your heroes, folks.
speaking about Mr. Fine, because I saw him in the credits. So Aku actually had him reprise the role on one of his videos for Luna and Wheatley, but you named him wrong. His name is Ronald E. Fine, but what was the name you gave him? It wasn't Ronald. It was
Robert?
something else. Robert, I think so. But it wasn't the same name, and I remember chastising you relentlessly
Robert is
for
his
that.
twin, equally greedy brother.
Yes, exactly. They're identical.
They're the new man siblings, except they both wear the same color.
And they both talk like this for some reason.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
99.9% the same twins.
So that was Underground Rapture 3. Hopefully those watching at home have learned a lot of trivia about the video and trivia about the backstories, because holy crap, we have a lot of backstory when you think about it. Dear God.
I mean, it is
Well, when you know people for a decade, that happens.
And to those who think we're going to potentially do an Underground Rapture 4, the answer is no. Just like any other trilogy, it's going to stay a trilogy and,
You can only throw a bunch of idiots into a cave so many times.
But I want to do a prequel!
If we ever did...
Underground Rapture 0.
If we ever did another variant of Underground Rapture, we'd put someone else through the
Oh my
same
god,
toilet.
wait, no. Okay, but Underground Rapture 0 is like everyone is children, and it's the Y2K scare.
Oh God, no, no. We
It's
are not doing.
Pyromancer's
Okay,
babies.
Max, we are not doing a spin-off Babies. No.
No,
Oh, well.
what spin-off babies ever actually
That's-
worked?
Muppet Babies.
I wanna
We're
bring up-
talking
I wanna
about
bring up a
was incredibly profitable.
I want to bring up a recent example that's going to be happening soon, but I'd rather not.
Ooh, what?
I'll tell you after the recording.
Ooh, suspense. But you'll all never get it.
Okay, fine, it's-
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to include that part in the video. Sorry.
Okay. Fine by me.
Alright, so any final words before we end this and I get to editing?
Honestly, I'm kind of glad that at least the basis for Smash Lore kind of made its way into this, so that we finally get like a conclusion. Although a lot of people who joined us wouldn't know of the first Underground Rapture, mainly because I had to move it back and forth between my first channel and my actual channel and my secondary channel, which is defunct for the time being.
Yeah, we could either re-upload the video or make a commentary on this channel. I vote for either or both.
I'm sure I have it. I have it
guess.
uploaded on my channel somewhere. Like I reinstated it after going like, screw it, I'll just keep it on my channel. But
You know what, while you talk, I'm gonna go find it.
but yes, I
I guess for me, my final thought is, I just know I really enjoyed doing this,
Found
and
it.
I've really enjoyed my other appearances in these videos, and I definitely enjoyed establishing this version of myself that's just this chaotic trickster god.
yeah,
That
we know how to
because-
we know how to
Who doesn't want to grow up to be one of those?
hey, we know how to use you sparingly, so that way you don't overstay your welcome, and that way people don't get sick of you. When they see you, they
Yeah.
are excited instead of going, oh god,
Hey,
this guy
they're
again.
not sick of cheesecake yet, so I think it's working.
We're moderate with him as well, and we kind of did answer like a question that a lot of people ask us, like, if Cheesecake's annoying you, why don't you kill him off? See the pest of time in regards to us trying and failing.
And I mean, that's the point, is he's annoying on purpose, because the pyromancers must always be suffering in some capacity, and he is your collective punishment for existing.
And you're the second punishment.
Yeah,
Maybe I created him, who knows?
Maybe he created you, or you created each other. Wait, what?
Maybe we're the same person the whole time.
Oh, f***.
well, as much as trying
Can't
again to
prove
look
those
at
pointy ears sticking through the Panama hat aren't Pikachu ears.
well, as much as interesting as it is trying to think of Cheesecake's origins yet again, it's time to call things a day here.
I agree with this. So,
All right.
let's wrap this up. We'll see you all in the next video, be it another commentary, or the big animation, or small animation, whatever.
Adios.
See you all again another time in another video.